There are a lot of changes that are needed here in the Philippines, but how we can improve everything if the science and technology here in our country doesn't know where to start improving? Clearly, that science and technology are key in the advancement of our country. After the term of President Bong Marcos, the science technology has been already acknowledged, but the improvement is not enough for satisfaction. As also part of the present administration, it is our responsibility to think how we can help to shape the Philippines as nation. The question always begins with what is really the importance of improving science and technology here in the Philippines. Lend us your eyes and listen to what our administration plan to make our country a better living nation.
Inclusive innovation seems to be advancing as an approach that is distinct from greening the recovery or climate change. However, the focus on social is not consistent with how the antecedent to inclusive innovation emerge. Innovations around green technology and nature-based solutions stand to offer a wellspring of new green jobs. Retraining and reskilling for the post-COVID-19 context will involve competencies around developing and disseminating to both green technologies and nature-based solutions.
Cleaner technologies, including cleaner energy technologies, have an important role to play in addressing climate change. Therefore, we must accelerate the deployment and enhance the accessibility of existing clean technologies. We must redouble our efforts to diffuse and transfer proven technologies, for instance, in the area of energy efficiency. At the same time, we should continue to advance the frontiers of innovation and discovery. This will require sustained investment in energy research and development.
In terms of education, the Philippines was far behind. The main reasons for Filipino students' poor performance are a lack of support for a scientific culture, an ineffective teaching-learning process, insufficient instructional materials, textbooks as well as tools and resources, a lack of teacher and student training, no systems in place to use technology in the curriculum, and budget limitations. Generally, the subjects are not taught in a historical or systematic manner. The Filipino educational system still appears to favor rote learning.
These are some of the proposed solutions to address the Philippine issues in terms of education, to strengthen the provision and support for science education at the basic and the higher education level, formulate teaching styles or curriculum that allows for more hands-on interaction for students and improve students' performance and understanding, improve qualifications of faculty and staff engaged in science and technology disciplines, to establish science schools that have sufficient instructional materials that will encourage students to pursue their careers in science and technology and nurture their gifted potential. Improving science education will provide our country with thinkers who can assist solve our problems, pressing industrial and agricultural concerns, promoting economic growth.
Agriculture in the Philippines has always been associated with manual labor and backward traditional farming methods. For the Department of Agriculture, the stigma of farming being a poor man's job doesn't make it easier to fulfill its mandate of reaching food security or attracting more people to join the sector. However, progress is already creeping into the sector slowly but surely. In the past few years, both the government and the private sector made efforts to address self-sufficiency in important food staples through the introduction of hybrid seeds, innovative farming techniques, and technology to the agriculture sector.
Philippines is making efforts to modernize and strengthen its agriculture sector, with both the state and private companies promoting the adoption of advanced technology and smart farming methods to increase harvest and minimize losses. Techniques such as vertical farming, micropropagation, psychopreservation, and hydroponics will be practiced, with the aim of developing technology to boost crop production and reduce the need for manual labor. The anticipated take-up of new farming practices, including the deployment of machinery to ease the manual workload, should increase demand for farm equipment and support services in rural areas, while greater use of irrigation, greenhouses, and a potential move towards organic production could bolster demand for related materials, technology supplies, and fertilizer and seeds.
Science and technology will bring continuous impact even now as well as in the future. Science and technology in its enhanced forces to improve and to aim a sustainable environment, the power to move in the factor of agriculture, and the drive to change the field of education. As an administration of change, for the aim to have a breakthrough in the field of science and technology, it is a great leap to assess and to generate little steps in preparation for the greater future ahead. Let us welcome the more improved, the more sustainable, and the greater Philippines.